All right, peace and love, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please like and subscribe. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me this lovely moon day in February during the new moon and the special new moon. We had the new year this weekend began for the Chinese New Year. For those of you who follow that and knowing the energy of this year is going to be the energy of the wood yang dragon. So much love and respect for that. That's going to be an exciting change. And this is yet another cycle of time, as we know that there are many, many cycles of time. And I just want to say welcome to everyone. I'm glad to be back here with you guys here on a Monday night. Last few Mondays was busy with yoga classes. You know, I teach yoga as well. So I had to kind of change my schedule a bit, but I'm here this evening. I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to resuming our Monday night lives and, of course, our Wednesday night lives. So, peace and love, everyone. And tonight we're going to be talking about choosing wisely. And the reason why I chose this topic is because we're constantly being bombarded with so many things that is forcing us to make major decisions. And these decisions have a great impact on our present and our future. And it's really, really important that we make decisions from a higher vantage point and from a higher perspective of our thinking and our being, and not just making decisions for the moment. And many of us know what it's like to live, as they say, on autopilot, where you're in that fight and flight mode all the time, and you just have to make quick, impulsive, survival based decisions. And that's fine in the 3D world, and those kind of decisions, are for survival. That's for someone that is low vibrating, or a person that is in dire straits, and they're just surviving off their wits. And we many of us have been there and have had to function from that level. But now, in this great age of change and this great shift and this time of this golden age we're moving into, we are awakening to higher states of consciousness. And in that awakening process, we are making decisions from a different place of being, or we're making decisions from our higher self, or our higher state of awareness, or our higher way of thinking. And with that said, those decisions are more positive and more expansive, versus it's kind of like a firecracker that you light, and it just blows up and it only lasts for a few seconds, versus lighting a candle that can last for a few days, like a 7-day candle, or those cylinder candles that last for days. And so that's how we want to be when it comes to our decision making. We want to make sure that we make decisions based on integrity and righteousness, and just a higher vantage point and a higher expression of ourselves. Because when we react and make quick, impulsive, or sometimes careless decisions, it has usually has negative outcomes. And any of us who've been in that space, we know what that feels like. And so, if you take the time to think things out and to really examine all sides of situations, and just make decisions from a different perspective. I use another analogy, like when you're in a building, and if you live in the basement level and your view is the ground level, you only see a limited perception of what's outside your apartment. But if you live on the top floor or the penthouse floor, and you look out the window, or you walk out on your balcony and you look out and you look over the city, you see so much more. You see further away. You get a better of view from the top floor than you will from the ground floor. And it changes your perception and your perspective. And so that is how we are with a person who is vibrating from a lower consciousness, or the lower part of themselves, and is just operating on survival mode or autopilot, is not going to make the same kind of decisions, nor are they going to see things the same way as someone who is thinking from a higher state of awareness and a higher state of being, and thinking from their higher self, and thinking about making decisions that impact not only themselves but those around them, and how those decisions affect others. And so that's how we want to look at life and look at ourselves and our current state, is how can we make things better from a higher vantage point or higher perspective, and not just operating off the lower part of ourselves. Got somebody in the chat. Dia, thank you for joining. Peace and love to you. Good to see you. I'm glad you still hanging in there and participating and joining. So tonight we're going to be talking about how our choices define our lives and our destinies, and how in the awakening process we are confronted with much bigger choices to make and decisions to make. And it's making choices is such an important part of life, because we're actually doing it all day long, and a lot of times we do it without even thinking about what we're doing. Should I take the highway? Should I take the bus? Should I eat this? Should I eat that? Should I go here? Should I go there? Should I pay this bill now? Should I wait till the end of the month? All day long, all day, we're making decisions, we're making choices, and some are little decisions and some are big that have great impact. So always keep that in mind when you're making these decisions. And a lot of the films and the story, I think the other week I shared with you all, that we're all in our own hero story. And part of the hero story is the decisions and the choices that they make. We all are going to be confronted with some major choices in life, and some you can avoid and put on the back burner for later, and then there's other ones that you have to address right away, and that those choices will impact you for the rest of your life sometimes. So that is something that we all have to consider and take into consideration daily. And it's just basic things and choices, like the world we're in right now, it's constant battle between which choices to make. You want to take the red pill or the blue pill. You want to choose the light versus the dark. Do you want to choose truth over falsehood? Do you want to choose sport and play versus standing on your business and doing things with integrity and some seriousness, and just decision making? So do you want to choose to be in a place of low vibration or a place of high vibration? And we're constantly being bombarded and with these decisions. I shouldn't say bombarded. We're constantly surrounded by these choices and decisions that we have to make. And the best guidance when it comes to these decisions, because a lot of the life decisions you have to make for your own self and your own soul, and no one else can do those for you. You can seek guidance, you can seek advice from someone else, but a lot of things you ultimately have to do on your own. So with that said, how do you make sure that you're making the right decision? One thing you can do is trust your gut, trust your instinct. We know that this place, the solar plexus, is a place of power. That's why it's called solar plexus, and it's a great powerhouse of energy, as well as we know now. Well, we've always known, but science has confirmed that the stomach is another brain. So you feel things in your gut first, and so trust that. Trust your inner knowing, trust your intuition. These are your spiritual senses that you were gifted with at birth. All of us have them. They just need to be cultivated, just like you will cultivate or develop your mind or your strength, and your stamina. You have to do the same thing with your spiritual ability. So trust your gut, trust your instinct. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. And trust your stomach, your gut, what it is telling you. If something just gives you a certain kind of feeling, then go with that feeling, trust it, believe in it. Another thing you can do is um focus on your intellect. Think about, when it comes to decision making, is this good for me, and how is this going to enhance my life? Think about that when it comes to relationships we choose, when it comes to big decisions that we make. Always think, don't let people pressure you into something. That's a big red flag, regardless of who it is. If it doesn't feel right to you, then you need to pay attention to that. Seek guidance from spiritual sources, whether it's a spiritual leader or if it's some kind of scripture. Many of the scriptures out here have detailed instructions and guidance and details that's outlined on how to handle different situations in life. So when you're confronted by some things and you're not sure what route to take or what road to take, seek some spiritual guidance. Seek spiritual guidance, and that can also assist you in making the right decision. Another thing you can do is your own higher state of awareness. Meditate more, pray more. When you are confronted with decisions and you're not sure what to take or what to do, think on it and then meditate. People say prayer is talking to the Most High, and meditation is listening to the answer. This um, beloved brother named Boris Muhammad told me that many years ago, and I totally agree with that and live by that. So pray on it, give it up, offer it up, write it down if you have to, and meditate on it. Meditation doesn't have to be, there's no wrong way, I think, to meditate. Just sit quietly, do some deep breathing, wait on the answer. The answer to some of your life's dilemmas may come to you during the dream time, whatever. Just seek that guidance and you will get the right answer. If you have loved ones that give great advice, then seek their advice in helping you to make some of the decisions that you make. It's good to, if you have a wonderful and if you have a powerful and family support system, and family looks different for different people, but if you have a family support system, you can consult them and discuss the matter with them and seek their guidance and support and their wisdom, especially the wisdom of elders when it comes to making decisions. And if you don't have that and you are your own support system, then use some of the things I said earlier, like the meditation, the scripture, seeking some spiritual guidance, trusting your gut. All of that will help with making decisions. So, right now, we are confronted with a lot of things. It seems like the forces of darkness are very active right now, and it's just so much that we are being surrounded by and bombarded with on a regular basis. And so it's very, very important that we make the right decisions and that we choose to stay in the light. It's very important that we choose to vibrate at the freedom frequency and not from a frequency of fear. A lot of times people make decisions out of fear. They do things because they're afraid of loss. Like, if I don't do this, I'm going to lose my job. If I don't do that, or if I don't play this game, I'm going to lose my livelihood, my home, my relationship, etc. And many people stay in unhealthy situations out of fear. And we want to vibrate higher. We want to vibrate from a place of love and power and just honor and respect. And with that, you move away from the low vibrating frequency that is fear based, and we want to be in a space where we are standing on our square, standing powerfully and making decisions that impact us. And so with that, let's encourage one another also to choose wisely and make better decisions. There was a lot of things that's been happening in the last few weeks, and one of them is this: we're living in, and if you're here in the U.S., this is an election year, and people are going to be trying to persuade you to cast your vote and make all decisions when in regards to that. And you can listen to what they say respectfully, and but the choice is ultimately yours. So make sure that you are well informed before you make big decisions. And that's with everything. That's with everything. A few years ago, they were pushing, this agenda on people when it came to, are you going to take the jab, or you keep your job, things like that. Always make sure that you feel comfortable when it comes to making decisions, and make sure that you're well informed before you make a decision. Don't allow people to rush you and pressure you. Remember when we were young, we heard peer pressure. Don't give in to the peer pressure. Don't give in to other people's demands. You make the decision for yourself. You make the choice, and just choose wisely. um Wise mean you're using your mind, you're thinking, you're exploring, you're exploring the options, you're making a decision from a place of wisdom and from your higher mind. So I hope this is helpful for those of you who are watching, and know that, I'm here with you guys going through this process. It's a learning process for me too, going through the awakening phase, going through experiencing downloads or uploads or whatever you want to call it. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's exciting, and thrilling, and sometimes, uncomfortable, as I'm riding the wave with you guys. So any questions that you have, any topics for upcoming shows, I look forward to that. Please share it with me. Send me an email. Continue to follow on Instagram. I'm having problems with my Instagram app on my phone. I'm working on that. Hopefully very soon it will be working well again, but it's just sometime, and that's why I haven't been posting a lot of stuff on Instagram as far as what I've been doing out and about. And I am looking forward to some upcoming shows. I've got some exciting guests lined up, just getting them to commit to some times and some dates. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to what we got coming down the pipes in the next few months. This is an exciting year. You talk about Year of the Dragons, a lot going on energetically, and cosmically. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be an exciting ride, and we're going to have to hold on together and just ride these waves and get through it. So I thank each and every one of you for joining me this evening. Much peace, love, joy, abundance, good health to each and every one of you out there. Peace and love.